Hey there, my name's Emmanuel. I'm going to be starting a YouTube channel. I'm basing it around real estate investing and home renovations. Now, if you like this, please watch the whole thing, like or subscribe, and let me know what you think down in the comments. But through this, I'll be talking about the journey that I went through getting into real estate and real estate investing. Now, just like the title describes it of the channel, I started out knowing almost nothing. Actually, for most of my life, up till when I was 32, I was doing nothing but renting. So I'm going to talk about the process and the journeys, the pitfalls, the good things I found to do, and share with everyone else that may not know these things to prevent them from falling into the same things I had to encounter. So if you like this, please keep watching or subscribe to the channel. Just like I said, for most of my life, I've been renting. And it started out in the military, and then it turned into when I was in college after I got out of the military and before I got a real job that's a full profession. Now with that, I'm really number driven, and I would actually look into how much the landlords were making off of me. I put in $800, $1,000, and yes, I have a place to stay and I didn't have to take care of anything, but I never got any of that equity until I actually bought my first house. I was able to buy a pretty nice house a little bit north of the city I live in, and it was great. But eventually I ended up meeting a girl. It was really nice. I moved in with her, and the interesting thing about that is when I met her, she had her own house. And when I moved in with her, now we had two different houses. So one of them is vacant. What else to do? And we decided to Airbnb it. It actually made a good amount of money. It was pretty profitable, fairly easy at that time. I had some good tenants. I had some really really bad tenants, and I'll talk about that later if you want to hear about it. But at the end of it, it was a little bit too active for what I wanted to do. It's just I didn't want a second full-time job. So I decided I wanted to sell it. Well, my real estate agent just told me I wasn't going to get what I was asking for it because I had a couple too many projects that were kind of halfway done and some maintenance that needed to be done. So I found a contractor, and he ended up helping me finish up all these projects, and for the small amount of money I put in, which was about $5,000, I was able to sell it for $25,000 more than I originally thought I was going to be able to sell it for. And that got me hooked. From then on, I wanted to do more and more of it. So what we ended up doing is found another house, bought that, and rented out the previous house we were living in, because at that time we bought a dog or rescued a dog, and we kind of outgrew the previous house. Then we rented that one and went through COVID, and I have a bunch of stories about the eviction moratorium and some horror stories. Like I said, let me know if you want to hear about it. It was an interesting time. And once we got that stabilized and rented out, I decided to take the cash I made from the first property that I sold and bundle that into together with other finances and buy a house that we can renovate from the beginning to end, run all the numbers on and see if it's cash flowing, see if we can truly do this. And sure enough, I found a property and we did that. We took something that was absolutely trashed out, renovated it, and had it turned around in 2 months, which was unheard of by anyone else that I know that was doing this. We have it rented out and it's doing really well. Well, we kept on going and we rented out the last place we were living in. And then we bought a new house to renovate that, and we're renting out the third one. So we went from the period of 4 years, now we have 4 homes in our portfolio, and we went from having 2 single-family houses to having 3 rentals and living in a fix and flip. Back on it, it's actually really incredible. I went from having a single house by myself to eventually having a portfolio with 4 houses in it, 3 of which we're renting out, and the last one we're actually living in and improving it. And eventually we're going to have the ability to decide whether we want to rent it out, sell it and put it into something else, and just see where this adventure takes us. And I have a lot of opportunities that are ahead of me now, whether that could be doing a flip or investing out of state or even out of town. Or maybe I can build a house that's single family or multi-family. There's a lot of opportunities that I found along the way from all the people I've met and the connections I've made. But I want to share all those connections. I want to share the journey along the way. That way, all the mistakes that I've made and the hinders I found, I can share that so that you don't have to run into the same problem. But with that, if you like this, please like, subscribe, leave a comment. I want to hear everything y'all have to say. And with that, I'll see you in the next one.